Welcome back, pro wrestling fans. Welcome back, IWC. It's me. It's me. It's the GOC. And we're here early in the morning for another episodic YouTube adventure here on Guardian of Chaos, the YouTube channel for Chaos Corner. Sit back and relax, grab your friends, grab a snack, grab a beverage, drop an elbow on that like button. Share, subscribe, leave a comment whether you're watching this live right now in the premiere chat or on replay. One man, unique, unedited, unscripted, raw dog for you, the fans. Another special episodic YouTube adventure for story time. We're going to jump right into it, and we're going to go to Gary Michael Capetta's book, Body Slams, an unbelievable read by an unbelievable legend. Shout out to my mods, Austin Nance and the OTS Tribal Queen. Thanks for stopping in, Hooligan, Otis, Scripps, Midmo Smark, Funny Rob Bebe, Future, Kratos, David T. I know you're all here, and I can't thank you guys enough. Let's jump right into it. We're going to jump off all the other social media platforms. Follow me over on X, aka Twitter, at Big Daddy GOC, where I post almost daily. Follow me here on the post section, the community section, where I post almost daily, where I cover the live events and pay-per-views for the WWE and AEW. And don't forget, this weekend is WrestleMania 41. Go back and check out the episode that I put up yesterday, my preview and prediction show. Meet me back here on Guardian of Chaos, the YouTube channel. I'll say that to say this, because I tell it like it is. Don't you dare miss it. All right, fans, thanks for being back. I can't thank you enough. As I already said, I really appreciate you guys here. We're trying to push out the content. Well over 5,000 videos, well over 1 million views. Navigate the playlist. You'll see at least 50% of my career here if you go back. We've only been on the air here for 5 years. You guys know that, right? Nobody works harder for you than I do. And we're going to do a couple of chapters and stories here on Storytime. Gary Michael Capetta, Body Slams. Let me take a sip of the beverage, please. It's early. It's kind of nice without that mechanical AI bitch right now interrupting us. I mean, am I right? Should I play around with this for the background noise, or should I just continue with the story? Because she's on, she's listening, you know that, right? Big Brother's always listening. Let's see if we can get through a couple of short stories here on the channel. Because this isn't a fucking podcast. This is a show. Alexa, play tropical rainforest sounds.
Here's a station based on tropical rainforest sounds.
Do you like that voice? She sounds a little sexy, maybe, huh? I want to keep this rated PG. By and large, pro wrestlers are a great group of guys. Most lead relatively normal home lives with devoted wives and children. Although you wouldn't know it by Dark Side of the Ring on Vice, the series. The one factor that most tests the wrestlers is the strain of never-ending road trips, which doesn't happen here in 2025. While the schedules in other sports are limited to shorter sessions, a wrestler's work never ends. And even with a limited season, Major League Pro athletes have the luxury half the time of sleeping in their own beds for home games. There's no off-season in pro wrestling. Although nowadays world champions defend their titles once a month, once every 6 weeks, 2 months, 3 months. I give you the good, the bad, and the ugly here on the channel. And even with a limited season, I just said that, Major League athletes have the luxury of staying at home. While the basketball season runs 89 games and hockey players square off 82 times a year, a touring wrestler plays as many as 200 one-nighters. And in countless towns and cities all over the world year-round. Now let's remember when Mr. GMC, Gary Michael Cappetta, wrote this book. I had the pleasure of being inducted in the class of 2019 New England Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame with Gary Michael Cappetta and Bill Apter, as I rumble, stumble, and bumble and fumble here early in the morning. Okay, Body Slams, Memoirs of a Wrestling Pitchman. I'm kind of in the same vein in certain areas. Gary Michael Cappetta. This was released in 2002, if you will, almost 20 years ago. Let's remember that. Do your research on Gary Michael Cappetta, one of the greatest ring announcers of all time. Next to the Fink, Howard Finkel, maybe Jim McHugh from the old WWF back in the day. I mean, there's not many that can compare with Gary Michael Cappetta. With built-in pressures of such an unsettled lifestyle, it's surprising that most of my wrestling colleagues are such well-adjusted individuals. Again, you'd never know it by Dark Side of the Ring. Sting is one of the most down-to-earth of all. While the Stinger has always been one of WCW's top moneymakers, he never pulled rank on me or displayed an elitist attitude. He was a pleasure to work with, always ready to lend a hand and willing to listen. Beautiful Bobby Eaton tops the list in humility and reliability. While he is the best known as the silent partner of the Midnight Express tag team, he is undoubtedly one of the most flawless workers still active in the business. Now remember, we're in the time machine here on Chaos Corner. We go going back to 2002 when this was written. In the business, since his effectiveness on interviews has been handicapped by a thick Alabama drawl, his former manager, Jim Cornette, handled all of the mic work. The violence that he portrays in the ring is the antithesis of what he can stomach in real life. Eaton and I gained heightened respect for each other the night we were equally repulsed by the actions of Cornette. During one of his Altoona, Pennsylvania tag team matches, Bobby and his partner Stan Lane were continually gaining the upper hand over their opponents due to Jimmy's constant illegal, if you will, interference. Cornette was trumpeting his evil deeds in the face of the enraged fans at ringside. He pranced around the ring with his trademark tennis racket, fully in character as a spoiled mama's boy. As the match continued with the Midnight Express flagrantly ignoring the rules, the frenzied fans were on their feet. One by one, they started to approach the protective fence that surrounded the ring. The attention of the security guards, local volunteers who took none of this seriously, was focused on the action instead of the provoked fans. Mistake number one. Suddenly, an elderly spectator who must have been in his 70s began berating Eaton and Lane for their unsportsmanlike conduct and gave Cornette a piece of his mind as well. The old-timer stepped up to the lower rung of the fence and managed to lift one leg over the top of the railing. Cornette, still gleefully prancing around ringside, spotted Grandpa and called to the guards, who just laughed at the sight of the frail guy teetering on the top of the fence. Before I could make my way around to the other side of the ring, Cornette rushed over to the old man, hauled back his tennis racket, and nailed the guy squarely on the bridge of his nose with the wood frame. It was like smashing a tomato with a hammer. Blood spurt everywhere. As the angry Altoona crowd surged toward ringside, Bobby and I looked at each other in stunned disbelief. It was rare that any of our performers crossed the line between simulated violence and real-life brutality. As the angry Altoona crowd surged towards ringside, Bobby and I looked at each other in stunned disbelief as I repeat my sentence. The security guards, finally realizing the threat of a full-blown riot, dragged the gory-faced old-timer up the aisle, kicking and screaming all the way. As the match continued, the stunned audience reluctantly realized that the incident they had just witnessed was real. The illusion of what was portrayed in the match had been ruined, and although the fans quietly returned to their seats, I knew from experience that we had not yet escaped the wrath. Let that sink in. They were boiling beneath the surface, and the slightest offense would set them off once again. The wrestlers quickly began to go home. Concluding the match. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Hello, McFly, is anybody home? But danger still filled the air. To my disbelief, the old man, still bleeding profusely, re-entered from the other side of the arena and charged back down the aisle toward the ring. He got back in Cornette's face, threatening and screaming for Jimmy to be arrested. As I stepped between the two, the guards lifted the old man up and once again removed him from ringside. You see how I'm no-selling that mechanical AI bitch, right? David T., are you paying attention? Austin? You guys know what's going on here, right? As soon as the match ended, Cornette and his team hopped in their car and scurried out of town. The next night, Jimmy tried to justify slugging the old guy. How fucking annoying is this? I mean, it really starting to grate me. After all, who knew if he had a concealed weapon? And besides, if Cornette had run away, it would have undermined the role that he plays. His character never retreated when his wrestlers were nearby to protect him. I guess I was supposed to pat Cornette on the back for upholding the authenticity of the business. But I couldn't. And I have enormous respect for Jimmy's knowledge of and love for wrestling. He has been one of the game's most effective managers, but he got carried away that night. Corny was now rationalizing his actions, expecting everyone in wrestling to shake his hand for standing up for the business. I just wouldn't, said Gary Michael Capetta. Jimmy overreacted in the heat of the moment. The old guy could have been taken down in a less violent manner. After all, the guy was in his 70s. Quite the interesting story. And that's what we're doing here on Guardian of Chaos, the YouTube channel today. We're going to go through a bunch of short stories from Body Slams and Gary Michael Capetta here on Guardian of Chaos, the YouTube channel for Chaos Corner. So come on back. I'm going to pump them out today. And I'll say that to say this, because I tell it like it is. Don't you dare miss it.